everyone, it's me, Roxanne, here at Pure Pilates. I thought today we'd have a short segment breaking down some of the exercises or transitions into exercises that maybe you wanted to work on, and we don't really have any special classes for those things. So while you're working along with us during the videos that we're offering you, whether it be live or recorded, maybe you can take some of that information and apply it to what you're working on. So I thought today we'd start with getting down and getting up from the mat. So some of you know that I do like to come down to the mat in Pilates way. So let's give it a shot. Plus it's just amazing for you to have that skill to be able to get up off of the floor without using your hands, or to come down to the floor without using your hands. So I suggest that you grab a mat and let's give it a shot. I'll show you first my best version of coming down to the mat without using my hands. Maybe a little sloppy, but every day is different, and this is something that I am personally working on. So we can move and make mistakes together, right? I mean, that's life. So what generally happens is you come to the front of your mat with most of the mat behind you, and we put the arms together out front, and we lift the front of the body. So we're lifting up all through here. We're telling the abdominals to come in and sink in. Stability. We're getting long through the bottom. We're stepping into the ground with a lot of force with both feet. So we're pushing up and away. And we grow tall here. And the traditional way, without modification, is to take the one leg over the front of the other. The feet are very close together, and you're standing in your whole foot. And you slowly bend the knees, bending the knees to come all the way down, hopefully to come down without any plopping, right? And then you can set yourself up for your exercise. So that is fun, but it's also difficult. So let's explore. So another option would be the hands come up, the belly in front of the body lifts as the feet press away, and we take still the same idea in the front. We cross one leg over the other, but instead of having the heel and the toe balls pressing into the mat evenly, because that's a very long stretch for the back body, instead you'll shorten that a little bit by coming up onto the balls of the feet. And this makes it a little bit easier because it takes a lot of flexibility down here to get you all the way onto the mat. So if you just shorten it, lift, and then onto the toes, and then take it all the way down, you may find that you get there a little easier. Maybe you just needed that little bit and you press yourself back for the 100. So, we've done complete classical version all the way down. We came up onto the balls of the feet for one modification. As another modification, if you have troubles with the knees and then this knees coming away from the ankle and away from the hip bothers you, there is another version where you keep the knees in parallel and you don't cross the legs. So the arms still come up. One leg will go back and you'll gently come down. So you're still using control the whole time to come down to the mat. And then you can take the other leg back. You can have a seat to one side and swing the legs around and then roll yourself back for the 100. So that's two modifications. And then let's just face it, it's scary coming down to the ground. So a lot of times we avoid it at all costs. A lot of times we don't even play on the ground unless we're going to Pilates class or we're going to yoga, or any of those gyrokinesis that where you're using the floor as your support. Basically, we just walk on it and put our furniture on it. But we're going to come back up and we'll do one more modification for you. And that's using your hands, right? Because at some point, you want to give this a shot, but it's kind of scary, and maybe you want to use your hands the first couple of times. So what I would suggest is crossing the legs, crossing the arms, lifting the front belly, lifting the bum, and then take whatever modification you think you like, right? If you want to come up to the tippy toes. But I suggest going ahead and lowering yourself down, lower, until you can't lower anymore. And then place your hands down symmetrically beside you, go down even more, and then let your hands come behind you as you find a controlled seat. Press yourself back for the 100. So that's a lot of options. There's a lot of options for you to practice getting up, getting down to the floor. And I try to, with all of my clients, give them at least a taste of a lesson on how to come down. Not necessarily because I'm doing classical style Pilates, but sometimes I am. But because I really think, and I know that it's a very important life skill. Not being afraid of the floor and knowing how to come down without hurting yourself. I mean, I do that in jiu-jitsu, dance. You can think of so many times when you can use those skills. All right, so we've been on the mat. We did our whole routine. We're finished. So why don't we come up from the mat just as gracefully as we came down and did all of our exercises? So let's see. When you finish in classical Pilates, I think you finish, if you're doing a portion of the repertoire, then you're finishing with seal. And if you're doing everything, then you come up from controlled balance. And you'll come up to stand and to do the push-ups. So let's give that a shot. We're going to come up just as gracefully as we went down. And I'll give you some modifications for that as well. All right, so let's take it from seal. Yeah. And just come into your seal, hands around, legs are working in, and it's clap, clap, clap at the bottom, and then it's roll back, clap, clap, clap at the top. And then we'll do that one more time, and I'll cross the legs and come up. Just the same as we went down. It's not exactly graceful, as I said, it is something that I'm working on, but I'm working on it. That's the joy of it. So, obviously that looks exactly like the full version, right? Minus that my feet were a little turned on the bottom, but basically my feet were together. I reached forward and I lifted up and I came all the way up. So I understand that that's not necessarily accessible to everyone. So we'll take it down and we'll do it again. And just practice coming up as much as you can onto the feet. And then maybe you use the hands, to get you there. You use the hands for the beginning lift. Say if you find it hard to get the bum over the knees. And then use the arms to reach forward too. So you also have that as you come up and the legs are crossed, you also have that reach that you can use to get you up there. So let's give that one more try. Let's go with control balance. So here we are. And then we'll come down with control. Cross the legs. Ooh, and reach forward all the way up. Ooh. As you can see, it's tough. It's hard. It's definitely harder to come up than it is to go down. So we'll try that one more time. So we were doing the control balance. We're almost finished here. And then we're going to roll down to come up. So we go all the way down. We cross the legs, reach forward, and come all the way to stand. And then we turn for push-up. All right, so say you're down here. And the legs come over, they cross, you get to here, but you can't lift the bottom. The bottom doesn't want to come over the knees. So I would suggest the first few times that you let the hands come down to the side and maybe you help yourself up. Just get to the part where you can control. Or if you need to, bring the hands one more step to get yourself all the way up. And then spin around for push-up. There's a lot of options there. Lots of options to help you come down to the mat. Get up from the mat. Come down all the way to the floor. Come up from the floor. You never know when you need these skills. Thank you so much for joining me. I hope you're enjoying everything, all the content that we're putting out. We really are working very hard to keep you satisfied, but also keep you healthy, keep you moving and interested, and connect with you in some way. So I really hope that you're taking advantage and maybe saving these recordings to watch another time. All right, thanks so much for coming today.